Unit 3, Formative 1, Day 9, Writing Equations of Lines. The first thing you need to write down is the point-slope form. Okay, so you have point-slope form as y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so get that on your paper so it's on your paper. Alright, so we're going to write the equation of the line in standard form. We're giving a slope and a point. So if you remember, we got to write it in that point-slope form. It should be on your paper. So on your paper, you should have y minus. Now remember, this first number is x1, this second number is y1. Okay, so y minus y1, well y1 is 4, so y minus 4 equals your m, which is 2, times x minus x1, which is 1. Okay, so the y and the x in the equation are just y and x. You plug in the numbers in your point for the y1 and the x1. Alright, now we're going to solve this for y. So we need to distribute that 2. So y minus 4 equals 2x minus 2. Okay, now we need to get y by itself, so we need to add 4 to both sides. It needs to go with the one that does not have the x. So y equals 2x plus 2. That's slope-intercept form. And if you remember how to get from slope-intercept form to standard form, we have to move the 2x, so it's positive, so I'm going to subtract it. So you have negative 2x plus y equals 2. We have to check, okay, x and y are on the same side, and there are no fractions, so this is our answer. Okay, so the first thing you do is you put it in point-slope form. Solve for y, okay, so you got point-slope. Then you solve for y, and then you get x and y on the same side. And make sure there's no fractions. Alright, here's another one. Your slope is negative 1 over 3. Your point is 6, negative 2. Remember, this is x1, y1. Okay, so y minus y1 would be minus negative 2. What happens when you have minus a negative? You can make this a plus. Equals your slope, which is negative 1 over 3, times x minus x1, which is 6. Okay, we're going to distribute that negative 1 over 3. So y plus 2 equals negative 1 over 3x. Now negative 1 over 3 times negative 6. This is really taking negative 6 divided by negative 3, which makes a positive 2. So a negative times a negative. Okay, that's how we got it to be positive. 1/3 times 6 is like taking a third of 6, or 6 divided by 3, which is 2. Okay, then we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. So y equals negative 1 over 3x plus 2 minus 2 is 0. So we're just going to leave that. We can put a 0 there. Okay, and then this is minus 1 over 3, so we're going to add that to the other side to get x and y on the same side. So we get 1 over 3x plus y equals 0. Now we're not done because there's a fraction, so I need to times every single thing by 3. So these cancel and you're left with 1x plus 3 times y is 3y, and 0 times 3 is 0. So your standard form is 1x plus 3y equals 0. Now if you look at this one gives you 2 points first. Okay, so we don't have a slope to use, so we have to use 2 points. So we need to use the slope formula, which is y2, remember this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So we have 19 minus 4 over 2 minus negative 3, which is 15 over 2 minus negative 3 is 2 plus 3, which is 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So my slope, or my m, is 3. So now I have my slope and a point, so I can use point-slope form. So I have y minus y1 was 4 equals my m, which is 3, times x minus x1, which was negative 3. Minus negative makes a positive. Okay, distribute the 3. So y minus 4 equals 3x plus 9. Add the 4 to both sides. So y equals 3x plus 13. Okay, once you get y by itself, then you need to move the x. So minus 3x for both sides. So you have negative 3x plus y equals 13. Okay, so find your slope, put it into point-slope form, solve for y, move the x to the other side, make sure I don't have fractions. All right, last one. Again, we don't have the slope, so we have x1, y1, x2, y2. So 2 minus 8 over 8 minus negative 4, which is plus 4. So you have negative 6 over 12. If you simplify that, that's negative 1 over 2. So my m, or my slope, is negative 1 over 2. So I have y minus y1, which is 8, equals negative 1 over 2 times x minus, now x1 is negative 4, so minus negative 4, which is plus 4. Distribute your negative 1/2, so y minus 8 equals negative 1/2 x. Now negative 1/2 times 4, negative times a positive is negative, and half of 4 is 2. Okay, get the y by itself. So you have y equals negative 1 over 2x plus 6. Okay, y is by itself. Now I need to move the x to the other side. It's negative. So I'm going to add 1 over 2x. So you have 1 over 2x plus y equals 6. Okay, there's a fraction, so I need to multiply every single thing by that bottom. So I'm going to multiply everything by 2. So those 2's cancel. You're left with 1x plus 2 times y is 2y equals 12. Okay, so make sure you have that all written down. Make sure you have the point slope form written down. Make sure you have a couple different examples written down so that way you know step by step what to do. All right, if you need to go back and rewatch it, please do so. We'll see you tomorrow.